Yeah, so thank you, Dennis, just for this opportunity real quick. What's going on, OSG family? I'm the young one in the group. Well, probably not the youngest, but the little young one in the group. But essentially, I got a documentary coming out on my life, basically talking about me going from college now to I got accepted as a keynote speech for University of Oxford. I think it was like 2 years ago, but we documented everything. We put it in a movie, and now we about to roll it out this year. Our whole goal is just to change the narrative of STEM, be a face of STEM, and I believe that me coming from the circumstances I came from, and now being the person I am today, it was time for that notice to be shown. So yeah, so we got a documentary coming out May 21st, 2021. I showed Dennis the trailer that we have. I'm definitely gonna share it with everybody in this thing. But yeah, that's what we got coming from my
Listen,
brand. But I got inspired by y'all to actually pull the trigger and let's get to it. So thank y'all.
Dr. J, man, we're so proud of you, brother. We are so proud of you, man. Keep shining, keep letting people know what's going on. And again, I definitely concur with you that OSG as a crew will definitely motivate you. If you ain't doing nothing, boy, by the time you leave here, you most certainly are thinking of what to do next. Ak is now a vendor for New York City as well. I want to shout him out. So Ak, quick 30 seconds, what you doing, man, what this is gonna be, what it's gonna be like for you and things like that.
But hats off to you, Dennis, because you definitely was the guiding light, and Denise, because I wouldn't know where to go. I don't think none of us would know where to go without Denise. But hats off to all of the schools. Like I've told y'all in previous posts that sometimes I get so much resources that I don't know what to do with it. And now I was able to come across the water. I think we Rochelle, Marissa, we did Burnside, Marie. No, I'm gonna forget somebody. I just went to see Allison. Allison, hats off to Allison. Allison got a supermarket, but she still was showing love. April, I mean, it's there. Dr. Action came through and dropped the big bag. You know what I mean? But it was more so about, listen, a lot of the things that I'm doing, I created a space that everyone trusts. Like I'm already taking care of your babies at night with my after school program, but we also take care of adults as well. But more importantly, what brings all of us together, they say how you get to a man's, heart is through his stomach. We making sure that everybody we associated with it start off with a food pantry. If you guys on this right now in earshot, like y'all don't have a food pantry, what are you really doing? Your babies are starving and you are letting it happen. So I'm not talking about just having it, because a lot of people just have dentists, they have the food pantry, but don't set up something in place where they can come get it all the time. So
Hey,
I'm talking about like, and I'm preaching from a place of knowing. I still
so
to this day we give out food twice a week. Wednesdays and Fridays, I give out food. No matter pandemic, is a grab and go, and not only to my kids, it's to the families, it's to seniors, it's to my neighbors without homes. So every principal that we linked up with, food pantry is off the top. Rochelle said, I've been trying to do this for like I don't know how many years. Rochelle had it the same week. And I'm talking about fresh produce and all of that. And has all the Allison. Allison was paying out of her pocket. I'm like, Allison, no, we got it. Let's just figure it out. So Dennis, thank you. Denise, thank you for making me a vendor. We here. And that's just the tip of the iceberg, because you really can't be a community school if you're not taking care of your community.
So, Job, man, in the room right now, obviously you sitting right next to Dame Dash. You already know. You got my man Akbar Cook, who's a principal at West Side High
What's up, Doc?
in, in
Good.
in Jersey. But most of the people in here, Ja, are all principals from across the globe, man. And I just wanted them to come. I just wanted you to come in and see the work that we're doing and understand that as OSG, thanks to Dame and so many other people who've made this work, that I just want you to see what's being built around you right now with people who are trying to make this world a better place for young people. So holla at us, John.
I love it, man. I mean, I'm looking on this screen, and I'm just honored to be, a part of this. And y'all, thanks for inviting me and having me in here. I'm appreciative, and I'm glad to be a part of this winning circle right here. I'm looking to do some really cool stuff, but I wanna really introduce something to all of y'all, and maybe y'all can help me with this. I want to build a school. I want to build the Icon Academy, and I want to do the first one in Queens with all of you brilliant minds on here. I want to build a new curriculum for our kids. You know, we just learn different as urban, as Black people, Black
No
children.
doubt.
And we consume things differently. And I would love for all of us as a collective to figure out how we can, you know, change the narrative of the way our young children are taught in schools.
Within the room with OSG, there are people who have LLCs, who have consultant business, who are doing great things. That Principal Ra is another one who's a New York City. He's a vendor in New York City right now. So Ra, highlight us real quick, man. Tell us what you do.
Yeah. First and foremost, similar to everybody, in LA, we're the second largest, right? So you can get your vendor number here. I'm actually doing budget as we speak too. So looking for some equity work, looking for some PD for staff and some stuff with students. But as for me, I offer in regards of I'm an international restorative practice practitioner. So I train the trainers when it comes to restorative practices. I also have workshops with trauma informed practices, and I have a full curriculum when it comes to how to address the young Black and brown students called Liberated King. But also, then it's not just school culture. Those who don't know, if you use NWEA, which is a MAP growth, I work on that. My school average over the first 2 years, since we opened, 1.5 years growth in math and reading in regards of a data cycle that we put. So I can support with that. But yeah, we license curriculum, restorative practices, school culture, organizational culture. We have a full workbook for personal development around leadership that goes with this, the book. So it's just a full a la carte menu of services around data, school culture, young boys of color specifically, with licensing our curriculum that you can have. And that's K through 12. We curate, it comes with personal journals and everything. So, I just want to say that that's open, Dennis, for anybody that needs support in regards of, revolutionizing their school culture, but also getting busy with increasing reading and math when it comes, if you're using NWEA, with all that great stuff that they offer as well.
I mean, cousin Mark, you've just been always so supportive on the sidelines all the time. But cousin Mark, let's talk about this dopeness here. Tell the folks what you do.
We have a social and emotional curriculum that teaches the skills of resilience. So helping kids recognize where they're already resilient. It's not about making them resilient. It's helping them see their own resilience, build on that. And then those that aren't acting in resilient ways, giving them the skills and strategies on how to do that. I just shared, I've shared with a few, we've got a parent guide to resilience. That's a totally free parent guide to resilience, how to have some of those conversations in the home. I mean, we got a lot of free stuff, but we also have a curriculum that is implemented all across the country. So
I have just spent many years working as an administrator, sitting in every chair. My goal has been to empower our African American young people and people who are coming behind me. I want you all empowered to sit in those positions of power, because that's one of the things is we are not in a lot of those positions of power to make those big decisions. So that's where I want you all to stand on my shoulders to do that. I'm now working on, I'm going to be starting implicit bias training for young people. We always do things for adults and for the parents and for the teachers, but we always forget our students. I want you to always remember them. They need to be empowered. They need to be kept in the loop. They need to know things. They need to know how to pivot systems. So our district is doing implicit bias training for all of the teachers and all of the adults. No one thought about the students. So I'll be doing that training. I'll be rolling that out for our young people, because I think that that's something that they need to know. But all of my work is around empowering young people. It's called the Student Empowerment Unit, and you can Google and find out more about it. And if you have questions or anything, I mentor a lot of people, and I love mentoring because I want you all to be successful.